Crystal Heart and or okay, cool. So we're recording. So this is now the Q&A section of the makeup cosplay makeup 101 panel that I just ran. And again, I am Amaya from Kid Yuki and the Otakus. I'm one of the main singers. And yeah, what I'm sharing right now on the screen is just the credits page for the video we just did. So check these people out. Basically, our music was brought to us by Kid Yuki himself and Daniel Lopatka of DLC Chicago, featuring DLC Hot Club. So those are obviously both fantastic music sources to check out. Cosplayers featured. So you guys saw Yuffie in the video do like another eyebrow makeup tutorial, and she is fantastic. Go follow her. Totally Toasty Ari. I'm gonna talk about her right now. I kind of feature her at the end of the video that I had to cut short. But basically, if you go to her YouTube page especially, and you want more like character specific or advanced tips and tricks with cosplay makeup, Totally Toasty Ari is a dear friend of mine and just a wonderful human being and great cosplayer. She's fantastic. Go check her out. She's like also the most humble human being ever, so she'd be like, "Stop. No, not me." But like, yeah, her. She's great. And go check out her YouTube. She does again like very character specific looks, but also like very much like character inspired looks too. So she has so much like I don't know, fashion sense and good makeup sense and color mixings and blendings and tips and tricks that are beyond what you just saw today. She's just such a great resource to follow for that kind of stuff. The other thing that you're seeing here is, I think you guys are seeing it anyway. Let me do, yeah, okay. Is the products used in the tutorial you guys just saw. So I'm just gonna go ahead and like drop these things again in the chat, and I totally give Crystal Heart permission to drop links to the PDF for the credits as well as this, product sheet, so that way you guys can reference it. But it has links to just about everything that I used in the video to create my end look. And you probably notice like the end look is just sort of a yeah, it's just sort of a whatever, like here's a fun cosplay look, but I didn't tailor it to a character just so that way in general you guys can kind of see how it's done for, no matter who you are. So I just tried to make it something that was again, not character specific, so you didn't feel like you were being pushed in any one direction. But there's a lot here. There are a lot of other things that are linked that I don't use in the video to give like other options to things that also are great. And yeah, I'm going to hand those links back over. I'll hand those files back over. So if you guys want to upload that to Facebook as well, you can. So there those things are again. And yeah, we're gonna get on to the Q&A stuff. So if you guys have any questions for me based on what you saw or based on things that maybe you didn't see but have questions about in terms of cosplay makeup, um, please start asking. You can just like go ahead and unmute if you would like to, or you can type to me in the Discord panel room chat. And since we started a little bit later and I had to kind of reintroduce some of the stuff, I don't mind going past 2:30. It's 100% up to you guys. So it's really whatever y'all want to do. But I'll stop talking for a sec. I'll let you guys think of some questions. Otherwise, I can always answer, I don't know, kind of general ones. But yeah, any questions? And I guess while we're waiting for questions to kind of come in, oh, there's a question already. So Crystal Heart products do I recommend? I don't really skin paint too much, but if you look up Oki Cospi. It's OKI space Cospi, COSPI. So Oki Cospi. Look her up on YouTube and look up like skin paint or like color changing. Like look up those key terms basically plus her name. So Oki Cospi. Look her up on her YouTube because she actually has a fantastic tutorial for like skin paint for like if you want to turn yourself blue or orange or some really weird or something. Um, is like mixing, like just general like just like a white body lotion with some of the pigment that you would use and then kind of rubbing it around from there. And that's like the most basic gist I can give you without like showing that video here. But look her up because she is, yeah, that tutorial is fantastic, and it will definitely help bring you, I guess up to speed with like skin painting and without like as much of the mess, and like the consistency looks really really good when you're done. So that much I can recommend. Um, can I talk about a makeup budget? Yeah, so a lot of the stuff on the product sheet that you guys are seeing are things that I have collected over the years. It might be hard to tell based on looks, I don't know, but I've been cosplaying for 10 years. So I've had really 10 plus years to like collect makeup over the years, figure out what works for me, figure out what doesn't really work so well. Kind of splurge a little bit here and there when I see sales, and then my husband is like, "Why did you get more makeup? You have a drawer full." And now I have half a closet full. I mean, not quite, but that's exaggerating it a little bit. But I mean, like I have a lot of makeup. Okay, so when you're trying to start small and you maybe don't have a lot of anything, makeup is expensive no matter how no matter how you're gonna spin the wheel here. I guess it is just expensive to get into. Like any other hobby, there are going to be some expense barriers to it, and it's just like kind of prioritizing what you would want to get first, and then kind of building from there if it's something that interests you. So if you're going to, let's say you're going to give yourself $100 budget, let's just say, because I think that's pretty reasonable to start really small. And if you're starting small with makeup, $100 is kind of nothing. Because between the brands that maybe you're interested in and the products, it your money goes fast. And I don't mean to scare anyone away from it because there's still a lot you can get on a really great budget. But you're just not going to like maybe get everything that you saw me do in the video. So if you're looking just to start somewhere, you probably are noticing that I linked a lot of the brand ColourPop on the product sheet, and they are honestly like they're a really great quote unquote budget brand. But they just do a lot of really quality products, like from their lip stuff to their eyeshadows, like the little Sailor Moon one. This is my first ever like ColourPop palette because they won me with like Sailor Moon. I love Sailor Moon, so I was like, I need this. This is so. Oh god, it's like totally washed out, but it's so beautiful. It's so colorful. Yeah, there we go. And it's so shiny. And so yeah, no, I mean like usually with makeup you really get what you pay for. So if you pay like for like if you shell out $15 for an eyeshadow palette, it's usually it's gonna flake off, or it's gonna not be as saturated in color as you would want it to be, or it's not gonna blend well. Like that's what I have found over the years when I don't really maybe dish out as much for some of the better brands. Sadly, sometimes with makeup, like the higher tier brands are more money for a reason, and they're just formulated a little bit better and they look better, and blend better on your skin. So it's kind of like art supplies, like think of it as art supplies but for your face or your skin, right? Because that's kind of what it is. um but I really think ColourPop is a great entry level brand if you're looking to just get some basic stuff. And they sell a lot. Like they don't just sell eyeshadows. I think they do foundation as well, which I can't speak to that as much, but overall from what I know about them and just from their ratings and what I have used of them, like they if you just have a small budget to start with. So I would make sure that you have some sort of primer. Doesn't have to be crazy expensive. And like look sometimes, with anything that comes in a bottle or a little tube, sometimes it's worth looking like do they have a travel size? Cuz usually the travel sizes on or like the mini sizes like on eyeliner or primer or foundation or whatever it is, if they have a little mini size or a travel size, like always look to see, like when you're shopping online, actually you can see if there's like a size uh difference that you can like do the drop down click and see. That can save you some money, and like you can still try some really good stuff that way. So I would make sure you've got a primer so your stuff goes on nicely and you can smooth it out. I'd make sure you have a foundation. If your foundation cannot double as a cover up, I would get that. I would invest. I would say that eyebrows are, you can do them in a lot of different ways. You can simply just put like a matte finish like powder over it, and kind of like double dip from your eye palette to do that. So you don't necessarily need a specific product for that right out of the gate if you just don't have the money for that. But I like doing my eyebrows every day. And then finally, like honestly, just some eyeliner. And if your eyes are really kind of, you don't have a lot of eye real estate, basically, maybe you're not going to use eyeliner. Maybe you just use a little bit of eyeshadow to kind of finish that part of your face. But I can tell you that like my everyday, oh, and I like blush. Like my everyday is just like some sort of lotion or primer or whatever, some foundation, some cover up. I do my eyebrows, I do my eyeliner, and I use some blush, and that's it. And I go to work. So I mean, like those are the most basic things I think that you should maybe look at getting and look at budgeting out for yourself and look into different brands and look at the ratings, because that'll tell you a lot about how that product works and what other people have found. And that's how I learn things too. Or I just ask some of the beauticians in the stores like, hey, what works for you? I'm on a budget. Can we check out other things besides like Estee Lauder or like Lancome or all these crazy brands? Okay, sorry, I know it was a very long-winded question, but it was a really good question, and it's a complex answer, so I appreciate your patience as I answered that question. Crystal Heart says, what are some vibrant eyeshadow palettes that you recommend? I feel it's hard to find some while still maintaining the vibrancy after blending. Yes. So the hard thing with vibrant colors is that if you overblend them, they will just kind of blend themselves out. I'm actually, and I am still a little bit washed out with my lighting, but you can kind of see I've got some purple on today, and I got some shiny colors, and like all of the purple, like all of the colors I'm using, and that I, for the most part, used in the video, actually was this ColourPop palette right here, and their colors honestly go on so vibrantly, and that's why, like for the price, especially, like I super recommend them for really any eyeshadow, but especially for like the vibrant colors, you guys. Like ColourPop is such a great deal. It really does pop, like the brand suggests. And like, yes, if you overblend, it will wash out. But then, like, the best tip I can give to you to make sure that that vibrancy is coming back in is just kind of like pat that color back in as like an extra overlay layer, just very gently. So you're not like creating a line, but you're just patting that color back in so that way it's there and you're not totally washing it out. Another way that you can make sure that your colors are popping, if you really want it to be something super deep, something intense, and you don't want it to wash out and you want it to pop even more, is I have that liquid white concealer that is linked in the product sheet, and you can definitely, like, as a base, I mean, it's always good to have some kind of an eyeshadow primer so that way nothing cracks, or because I've had that happen. You don't want any of your makeup to crack midday. It looks really funky, and then you're like, oh dang, well there goes that. But you can do that, and then take not again, a little bit goes a long way, but if you do some white liquid concealer over your entire lid first, and then lay out your super crazy, wild, vibrant colors, that can work. But my last tip there is like going in with your craziest color as a liquid eyeshadow. Stila, spelled Stila. Stila, the brand. It's a pretty common brand. They have some beautiful um like liquid shades that are shiny, or that are, most of them have a shine and are not matte, but they have some really pretty shades that like you can use as a base color and then use powders to kind of blend that color in and kind of make that look natural and kind of play with that. But there's a lot of ways to get vibrant colors to pop. It's just like go with a method that works for you. Again, ColourPop is really great for those crazy colors. I think anything that's like more of a liquid or some sort of almost like clay consistency, I guess, can be really good. Sometimes if you get something in like a little pot, like a little glass like container that you sort of have to paint on almost, that can go a long way too. So those are my tips there, because I know that can be so hard even for me sometimes, and I don't usually do like you know um mustard yellow or something insane on my eyes. But when you want to do that, it's like, what do I do? So it's just about finding the right products, I think, and like laying down the right base for yourself sometimes. Kirsten asks, where do you where do your makeup wait. Oh, where do you do your makeup at cons when you stay at hotels? Sorry, I can't read. Um so where do I do that? I just do my makeup in the hotel. I don't really like do anything that special, but what can help when you're at a con, when we all can like go to cons again, is I typically bring with me, cuz usually my friends and stuff, yeah, it's hard to find good lighting, right, which is actually what I'm going to attempt to answer here, but sometimes your friends are like, yeah, in the bathroom already and they're taking a shower and you're like, dang, get out of there. Or they're like going number two on you and you're like, well, that's gonna not be fun. I don't want to go back in there. But so what I do is I'll bring like a little, and they can be expensive, so it's hard to find a good deal on them, but I definitely suggest browsing Amazon for something like this to see if you can find a decent deal. Is a lighted vanity mirror. Okay. So they sell them at Ulta. I think they sell them at Sephora. I mean, they sell them in places, like you can find them around, but they usually are like $50 or more. My lighted mirror was only like 20 bucks and it runs on a battery. And the batteries have been good for years because I only use it when I travel. But, you want to get something that obviously has a stand and is not like a handheld mirror only. And then, something that's either plugs in or is battery operated, so that way you can stand it up on, like, maybe like the outside sink. Usually in hotels there's like a sink outside of the bathroom and kind of an extra counter space where like the coffee pot usually is, so like that's a good place. Sometimes the floor. I mean, I don't know, I just get creative, like I'll put it anywhere where there's space for me to sit, and well, usually I avoid the floor, but usually there's like a desk in the room or something and you can kind of sit off in the corner with your crap and just kind of claim the space. Also, it helps if you're like the first one up. Like, I know that sucks, but if you're the first one up in the room, ain't no one going to tell you what to do. Like, you got up first and you're hopefully being encouraged. So hey, if you're in the bathroom, like, I mean, don't take a million years, but you probably can. Let's see, what else do we got? They have blush. Oh, okay. This was just a reaction. Yeah. I have some blushes linked on the product sheet if you guys are interested. But also not linked on the product sheet. And I know this brand can kind of be overrated, but I actually really love them for lipsticks and blush and just in general. A lot of their stuff is great, but it's a MAC. I know it's backwards on the camera. Maybe that's just for me though. It's just a MAC blush, and this is like some of their blushes are so gorgeous just because they're these like powder baked blushes, and you can kind of see it's like shining because it does have that layer of shimmer in it, and that's what I'm wearing today. It's like a darker berry tone, but it does have like some really fun shimmer that's not just my highlighter coming into play. So this is just like one particular shade. It's called Love Thing. It's a mineralized blush, but I don't know. I find that Max blushes are really pigmented and they can be really pretty. Um, let's see. Yeah, okay, so if you wear glasses full times, yeah, the mirror can be hard to, yeah. I definitely wear glasses more than I wear contacts, so I definitely like empathize with that. And my eyesight's also bad, so I totally get that. I've gotten really good at like mirrors as I can to like see stuff and like really see what I'm doing. But that can be hard, especially the worse your vision is. So I totally get that. So if that sounds like you, get a lighted vanity mirror because it will save you some pain and some trouble, and you'll be able to get as close as you want to that thing and like sit down and not lean over a weird, awkward counter that's in your way. Um, yeah, I know, right? In height, like I'm definitely like average to taller height, so like that helps out. But yeah, if you're on the shorter side, rip. Um, can definitely save the day. Um, yeah, just look for a deal because they are expensive, but look for a deal. Like I would pay no more than 30 for one if you can help it, because I don't encourage like breaking your wallet to do it. Oh no, Discord cat, that's so you're so small. I mean I guess I knew that. Like I've met you before, but like dang. I'm sorry. Wear heels. Wear cosplay with heels. That way you can just fix that problem. But yeah, I think I've gone through a lot of and you guys asked some really good questions. Like maybe 10 extra minutes because we started like 10 minutes late. So any other questions you guys have, feel free to ask. And like to those of you who are just chilling in here and haven't been vocal, I just want to at least thank you guys for being here the whole time. You guys rock too. But if you have questions, let me know. How do I travel with my makeup? That's a good question too. That can be really challenging. I know, like, I definitely have a lot of friends who will just sit there. Um, but actually, I'm gonna recommend another friend of mine for something like this, just because she makes some really really great little totes and like zipper bags and things like that. So give me 1 second. But basically, the way that I kind of organize, and it does take me a while to pack sometimes for conventions, just because I am a planner and I really like to make sure that I am cosplay shoes or the right wig or like do the midnight crunch in terms of like on what I've done. I'm good. I plan that out already. So like I'm kind of the same way when it comes to packing. So I guess if you're a last minute person, this tip might not work for you, or you might have to like get good at like prioritizing this. But I think the easiest way to pack your makeup and travel with your makeup is to like actually have multiple bags for different things that you're packing. So like I will pack all of the brushes that I'm going to use in one bag. That way I know this is my brush bag. That's all that's in here. I'm not confused later when I'm trying to look for things and I'm not like, where's the blush brush? Because that's the worst feeling in the world, y'all. Like that is not good. Um, I will also sit and go through and I'll try to pack like a couple of a couple of like palettes or whatever with me, or like I'll try to, like just again like separate eyeshadows and like eye things. So usually I'll do eyeshadows plus like eyeliner and like all eye things are just like in this bag. And then like anything that's like a primer or a lotion or anything that's kind of liquidy, I'll put that in a separate bag and things like that. So it's just I guess organizing things in ways that make sense for you. But if you guys want some really, really cute, like nerdy and anime slash video game inspired bags that are meant for like anything from brushes to other makeup stuff to other cosmetic stuff to like just everyday bags. My friend Blue Tie Designs does a lot of super cute. He does these cute little like brush run on sale right now, and I have a Sailor Moon one from her, and she actually sews the component to those bags for your brushes to fit into, and then you roll it up and you tie it. It's so great. It's a brush roll up bag. It's the cutest thing. But she just does some really great work, and I always kind of shout her out when it's appropriate because she's awesome and she's like a great human being. So if you need some more makeup bags, they're the cutest, and you'll definitely find something you love. Go check her out. So anyway, um, yeah, makeup bags that are on the deeper end or just like have no, and I know, like, not everybody likes this company. I don't necessarily like the company itself either, but it's just that they're kind of everywhere. Sometimes when Victoria's Secret has their stuff on sale, they also actually sell some makeup stuff, and like I'll just get their stuff sale because they have some like really big makeup bags, and those are nice for storing like palettes and things in. But if you don't like the brand, like don't obviously whatever, don't back this bag. Let's see. Would I mind sharing a story or makeup item that I totally forgot to bring with my cosplay, and how did I fix that solution? Yeah, I so there have been a couple of times where like that'll happen. I remember specifically one time it was Kid Yuki and I back in our earlier days, back when we were young, before the Rona, and we were we were gonna be cosplaying Okabe and Kurisu from Steins Gate, and we've done it multiple times. And I told him, yeah, you no big deal. Got it, got it, got it. And I forgot. So we did have to go out of our way on Friday night. Like thankfully I remembered fast enough, but that's like sold everywhere. So it was easy enough to just like on the way down, I like picked some more up at Walgreens because they do sell a lot at Walgreens to be fair. But like sometimes if it's something you really need and it's just such a deal breaker and you can't go without it, if there's like a local Walgreens, that there's nothing wrong with going if you're able to. But if it's like there isn't one nearby and I really can't afford to like repark my car or whatever or whatever, um sometimes I will like if I forgot the right shade of like eyebrow stuff. Like I think I've forgotten like the stuff to turn my eyebrows blonde before. Um it's like not the end of the world. Like sometimes like the darker brows with the blonde wig works just as well. So I'll just switch courses and I'll just like go for the darker brow colors instead. So that's usually like the worst. Yeah, if you forget pieces of clothing, it just kind of sucks. Like there's nothing you can really do about that. It's like, ah, I forgot this accessory. Oops, my bad. We've all done it before. It just happens. Yep. Yeah, you bring the wrong jacket or whatever. It is what it is. And oh yeah, Discord cat, thank you. Yeah, we do Yang and Neptune, so those are really fun to do. I've not worn Yang in a long time, but she's super fun. Yeah, you improvise, you just get creative with it. Walgreens is a nice like they have a lot of cosmetics there, so if you're really in a bind and you don't want to again break the bank, like that's usually what I've done in the past if it's like, "Oh man, I forgot something and this is kind of a deal breaker." Um yeah, so we have maybe just a couple minutes left at best. Any other questions you guys have? You've been asking some really, really great ones, and I'd love to answer anything else that you have questions on, whether it's like brand related or I don't know, anything really. Yeah, safety pinning your shirt because it wouldn't close. I've totally done stuff like that before. Yang is actually like she's actually always been like the jacket, the top part, that like whole brown jacket. It's always been too big on me because I just made it kind of big. So like it's always been held together by safety pins. Yeah, oh my gosh, I have a whole folder of stuff where it's like, hey, here, I promise I can do looks for characters. So let me show you guys some of those. And it's actually in the Google Drive folder. But yeah, we can like screen share and kind of maybe start wrapping things up from there. But I think she's in the pictures that I have in my drive. Um, or do do do. Oh yeah, I guess it is there. Okay. Okay, let me on a velvet. Oh, yeah, is Velvet it's been a while since I've watched Ruby. Is Velvet the rabbit? Am I the bunny? Yeah, yeah, okay. Yeah, she's super, super cute. Yeah, good luck. She's so fun. She's so much fun, and I love to see Velvet cosplays because like not a lot of people do her, but like she's just so adorable and can be pulled off so well. Um, let me share my thing. You guys can go ahead and click the watch stream. Yeah, so I'll just go through some of these photos and let's look at stuff. So this is like my purple wig. I've definitely worn this exact combination of things for Kid Yuki shows before. That's kind of why I went with the purple wig because it's just super fun and it's colorful and everything. Um, so yeah. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's a look. Go. Yeah, this is my Serenity. This is a cosplay that after a couple of summers I finally finished. Not this past summer, but the summer before I finished it up with a friend of mine and I mean like all of the beading and the rhinestones and everything that you see in this photo, it's like all her. Um she adorns dance costumes for a living, this friend of mine, and like she just really like I mean she wanted to help make my dream cosplay when she found out that I wanted to do Serenity and that it was my dream cosplay because she wouldn't ever have wanted this dress for herself but she was like I want to help you make it and I was like yeah I want to make it and so we just like really like we bonded over just me coming over so many times over the seasons and stuff to like get this thing done gradually. She actually lives a lot closer to Kid Yuki than I do. And so it was like it was kind of nice because over the summers, like sometimes I'd be on the stream, sometimes I'd be, over there and like making this thing with her. So it was nice to like bounce it back and forth. Yeah, the beadwork is like all her. It's insane. I wouldn't marry someone who wouldn't approve of that. Yeah, that's right. Set your standards high. Actually, that's not even high. That's just a default. That should just be the bar. And if you can't if you can't meet that criteria, like, I don't know, get out. Um, yeah, it's such a gorgeous dress. It's insane. I really only did like a third of the work, if I'm being quite honest. I did a lot of the armbands, and there's a lot of rhinestones on there too, but like I just kind of like made those pieces, assembled some of it together, put some of the lace work that's on there. I laid a lot of that down. Um, did some of the accessory work. Um, but like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, this was definitely a team effort kind of thing, and I was so lucky to have the friends that I did. This is Renoa, and this photo, actually, all these photos that you guys are seeing are done by my husband, Photography. And if you're interested in like cosplay photography, he takes many more pictures that are not just me, that are also super cool. And yeah, he does stuff on Twitch. So he plays video games, but he also does like a cosplay photography critique stream like every other week. Um, and he does like photography edit streams and stuff too. And it's his stuff is usually on Tuesday and Thursday, slightly before Kid Yuki's stuff. So if you're interested, check out Vontography or Vontog. He does a lot of cool stuff. I mean, he's also my husband, so I'm biased. I don't actually watch his streams though. I just like tell other people about it. I'm awful, but no, I got work to do. Anyway, but yeah, this is Renoa. Oh, thank you, Discord cat. That's so nice. What am I doing on cosplay for Halloween? What cosplay am I doing? I don't really know. I probably should cosplay something. It might be Usagi. Because I just recently got together a casual like outfit for Usagi, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm like undecided about Halloween because I'm not really going anywhere for it, but we'll see. Um, Discord cat. I'm having a Sailor Moon wedding, but in my own design. Yeah, yeah, no, totally. You should totally put your own spin on it. That's awesome. I had Sailor Moon little like motifs at my wedding and stuff, and it's like, do what you want. Um, anime wedding invitations and materials. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, that's cool. Sorry, I'm like catching up on the reading, so now I'm just like, what were y'all saying? Um, yeah, okay, cool. I'll keep. Yeah, no, you guys should totally share information like that. Um, I'll keep rolling through. This is my Sailor Moon. I've been doing Sailor Moon for years, and this is my older cosplay wig. But yeah, I did like this is actually me. I created this whole cosplay with a pattern that kind of like had this like kind of A-line style dress, and then there's just like a poofy like little mini skirt underneath that kind of helps poof it out. Obviously, these are like the normal boots. I just got these commissioned through like I don't even know anymore. It was probably like Easy Cosplay or something. They actually do some really good cosplay shoes. Um, and then yeah, like really a lot of the rest of it was actually me that put it together. So that was kind of fun to do. Um, Rosalina, this was shot in the snow for real, no green screen. It was cold. I only lasted like 15 minutes. No, I lasted like 10 minutes. It was such a cold day. And we live in Wisconsin, so I mean, like Illinois is just as cold. You guys know how it be. Yeah, I love Rosalina though. She's great. And this was actually before I had the huge like hoop skirt that goes under the whole thing. And so what I did is like you see here how there's this like little mini poofy skirt, right? Well, I wasn't wearing that poofy skirt up here, of course. No, I only had to stand in one spot in the snow for like 10 minutes. So, like, the poof skirt was actually like way down here at like my shins, and then I just dropped it so that way you could kind of see it through this little window as if I was wearing the poof skirt all along. But, like, that's all I had for the photo. So, that's what I did in this photo. She just was not convention ready yet, but that's okay. We made her photo ready anyway. Um, let's see. We got some more Renoa. I love Renoa. I love Final Fantasy 8. We got some more Usagi because Usagi is life. It's like another Christmas look that I threw together. Um, I don't know, nothing too special. Just kind of fun playing with like the shiny bronze eyeshadows and different lipstick shades and stuff. Do I cosplay at cons anymore? Totally. I did not cosplay at our last show at C2E2 mostly because there would just like wasn't a lot of time for me to throw together something that would have been great on stage, but also like just good for the entire day because we did a lot of walking around that day like in the city. So I just was like, you know what, I'm just gonna wear like somewhat normal people clothes here and just more of a stage look than anything. But I cosplayed at Magfest and I did Rosalina, Umi, and Princess Serenity. So the Princess Serenity shots you're seeing are all like from like that's all this year. So totally. But like obviously like the Rona stopped everything. Yeah, no, I love Umi. Um and yeah, this is Yang. This is actually from a while ago. This is like 2014, I want to say. So this is my Yang cosplay. She's fantastic, and also in the back held together with pins and things. She's too big. I think I have another Yang shot in here. Oh yeah, I did Weiss once upon a time. I've worn her to a couple of conventions, but these shoes, like, I was using Scotch tape to get the ribbons to stay up because they're not part of the shoes. It's ridiculous, but it's fun. Aerith. This is my first iteration of Aerith. I've gone through Aerith like this is my this is like this year I this summer I made from scratch the remake version of Aerith, which I think I'm getting to that in the photos that you guys are seeing. But this was my very first like iteration of her, and I still do like this photo to this day actually. So yeah. This is Kurisu from Steins Gate. This was actually taken in the Twin Cities when we went to go see some friends, like, I don't know, probably a few years ago. So this was just kind of a fun night shot. Um, Same thing, Twin Cities, just like kind of the cool staircase shot with the envelope. Like, oh no, I won't say anything that happens really because if you haven't seen the show, you should watch the show. But Sailor Moon, classic. But yeah, yeah, this is my brand new Aerith. This was shot last month. I don't know, Vontography and I just went out to like just like a local trail or whatever and kind of shot this at golden hour before the clouds took away all of our lighting. But this is my most recent cosplay I just made from the ground up, and it was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was a weird day outside. Like the lighting looks better than I feel like it actually was in real life, but he does make sure to edit everything really great. Sailor Venus, she's super old. You can totally tell this is like super early cosplay makeup. So like, hey, whatever, everyone starts somewhere. And so like I started with like super heavy eyeliner and super like heavy like cat liner stuff, and like if that's where you are, and sometimes like the cat eye is like great for certain cosplays because it is super anime, but I just don't do that style as much anymore, and that's totally okay. um oh yeah, this is my second version of Aerith. You can tell because the buttons are more pronounced and there's kind of that like darker pink line and everything, and like the jacket is a little different than before. So I've done a lot of Aerith. Yeah, dude, photography is hard, but it is really cool to learn. Misato, I've dipped into purples. Oh, I clicked that really fast. Yeah, this is Misato from Evangelion. Oh, thank you. Yeah, this is all done by Vontography. So if you like the style that you're seeing, these are just different photos that he's taken of me over the years. And his style is obviously also really, you know, developed and evolved quite a bit too. So it's interesting because there's a lot in here that's like super old. Like this is actually really old, but it's interesting to see the progression in like cosplay and makeup because like I don't know. I think this look that I did here, it's so simple. I don't even think I was wearing lipstick, which is okay. Like Yuna's very like she's kind of plain, but like for cosplay makeup, I usually like to play things up and use more colors, and I just didn't here. So it's so interesting to look back on. More Sailor Venus. What else? Oh yeah, this is like a super fun, super vibrant, I just really wanted to play with colors, but it's just Vaporeon in the pool because it was Daishokan. Yeah, this was a lot of fun to do, and I used a lot of Urban Decay eyeshadow stuff to get it to work out for me, but I don't know. Like I like Urban Decay, but I think it's overpriced for like some of their really colorful colors for how much they kind of end up blending out no matter what you do sometimes. I mean, they're fine. There's nothing wrong with them, but they're just okay. Um I think we're nearing the end. Oh yeah, more Kudisu, so this is also very early on. Um more Rosalina. Oh yeah, this is the only one of me and a friend because I tried to keep it just to me. Um, oh no, sorry Discord cat. I'm almost done. We're almost wrapping it up, so it's no worries. This is Rain. I am Rain from Tales of Symphonia, and my friend over here is Sheena from the same game. So it's just kind of, I just wanted to like show like, hey, it's a white wig, but it's okay to do like dark eyebrows and stuff. Oh yeah, more Yang, and I think that might be the last photo. So yeah, cosplay photos. But as you guys can see, like, I mean, even for Yang, who is kind of a more like plain ish, looking character when you just look at the face. It's just sort of standard anime face. I mean, you can definitely like I like to play up her whole like orange and yellow color palette. So like I always would play that up and give it kind of like these fiery tones and start from the inner corner. The inner corner would be the lighter color and it would go from like yellow to kind of the darker orange on the outside to kind of, give that fire effect. And like you can totally do that with characters. There's no like right or wrong way to do your cosplay makeup. So, yeah. Um all right. I hope I didn't overstay my welcome, but I'm glad that you guys enjoyed the pictures. I hope that you learned something today. Glad that you enjoyed the panel and I haven't like done anything like this by myself for like a really long time. So yeah, I hope it wasn't boring for anybody. I hope you guys learned stuff and I hope it was as fun for you guys as it kind of was for me to geek out and talk about some makeup today and just kind of interact with you guys because I don't see y'all every day, but these events are really cool and they're really fun to be able to do that. So um yeah. All right, cool. I'll talk to you guys a little bit in the aftermath if you guys want to stick around in the Discord panel room 1 chat. Um but I think I'm going to head out for now. I'll answer and like respond to anything I'm seeing from this point on in the text stuff. I'll just respond to it via text. But thank you guys again for coming to my Makeup 101 panel. It's been a pleasure. Again, I am Amaya of Kid Yuki and the Otakus. You can find me on my YouTube, which is linked in the resources from today. And again, I think that Crystal Hart will post the PDF for the credits and the makeup product, PDF sheets and stuff. So go ahead and check all that stuff out. Check out the other fabulous people that I shouted out today. And obviously, keep anime rocking. Okay, goodbye, you guys. Have a great day.